We live in a world obsessed with optimization, with streamlining every aspect of our lives. We crave efficiency, the feeling of things just working, of experiences that are smooth, seamless, and require minimal friction. This desire extends, perhaps more powerfully than we realize, into our pursuit of wealth. We want financial mastery, yes, but we also want it to feel effortless, and this is where a fascinating cognitive bias takes hold, subtly steering us away from genuine financial independence and towards an illusion of progress. It's the bias that makes us prefer algorithmic effortlessness over the often unsexy, sometimes difficult path to true financial mastery. Consider this: you receive a targeted ad on your social media feed. It promises a revolutionary app that will automatically invest your money, optimize your portfolio with AI, and grow your wealth on autopilot. It's sleek, modern, and appeals directly to that part of us that dislikes complexity and wants results without the hassle. Now, contrast that with a friend who painstakingly researches index funds, tracks their spending with spreadsheets, and actively manages their savings rate. Who seems like they're making more progress? Who feels more in control? The app, with its promise of automated ease, often wins the perception battle. But what's the hidden cost of this algorithmic allure? The trap lies in mistaking convenience for competence. We've become conditioned to believe that the most effective solutions are the most technologically advanced, the ones that remove human decision-making from the equation. This is particularly true in finance. We see complex financial products and services being simplified, packaged, and presented as effortless solutions. Think about the rise of robo-advisors. They offer a compelling narrative: let our algorithm do the work. And for many, this is genuinely beneficial, offering access to investment strategies that were once exclusive. But for others, it becomes a crutch, a way to abdicate responsibility for understanding the fundamental principles of wealth building. Psychology here often trumps mathematics. The feeling of having done something without the actual cognitive load of learning and decision-making is incredibly seductive. We're not failing because we can't do math. We're failing because we're seduced by the illusion of progress facilitated by technology, a technology designed to play on our inherent desire for ease. The effortless solution feels good in the moment, but it often bypasses the deeper, more impactful learning and behavioral changes necessary for long-term wealth. Let's break this down with some real-world contrast. We often see profiles of passive investor versus active investor. The passive investor, let's call them Alex, embraces the algorithmic approach. Alex signs up for a robo-advisor, sets it and forgets it, perhaps occasionally checking their dashboard, which shows steady, albeit modest, growth. They feel a sense of accomplishment because their money is working for them. Alex might even be spending more on lifestyle because the effort feels minimized. Now consider Ben. Ben might use some tools, but he actively engages with his finances. He reads books on personal finance, understands asset allocation, knows his savings rate, and consciously decides where his money goes. Ben's portfolio might have similar or even slightly better mathematical returns over time, but the real difference is in his understanding and control. Ben isn't just investing money, he's investing in his financial literacy. The hidden cost for Alex isn't just a slightly lower return, it's the erosion of financial agency. When the market inevitably experiences volatility, Alex might panic or be tempted to tinker, precisely because they never built the deep understanding that fosters resilience. The mathematical reality is that true wealth, the kind that provides optionality and freedom, often requires more than just an algorithm. It requires conscious decision-making, a willingness to engage, and the discipline to stick to a plan, even when it's not perfectly effortless. The core sequence of this bias plays out in predictable ways. First, the behavior. We gravitate towards the easiest path, the one that promises results with minimal input. This is reinforced by marketing that emphasizes automation and simplicity. Next, the hidden cost. This isn't always about underperformance in raw numbers, though that can happen. The real hidden cost is the lack of deep financial understanding, the diminished sense of control, and the vulnerability that comes with outsourcing critical decisions. Then, the long-term math. While algorithmic approaches can be effective, they often optimize for a specific set of parameters, which might not align with truly maximizing long-term wealth accumulation and security. The math of compounding is powerful, but it's even more powerful when guided by informed human choices. Finally, the unsexy alternative. This is the path that requires work. It involves learning, planning, budgeting, and actively making choices about your money. It's not as glamorous as a slick app, but it builds a foundation of knowledge and discipline that no algorithm can replicate. This leads to a critical identity shift. We need to redefine what wealth truly means. Wealth isn't about the size of your investment portfolio displayed on a dashboard. It's about optionality. It's about freedom from financial constraints. It's about having control over your time and your life choices. Status symbols, the shiny leased car or the designer bag, are the opposite of real wealth. They are performative, designed to signal success rather than embody it. True wealth is invisible. It's the quiet confidence that you can handle an unexpected expense, the ability to take a lower-paying job you love, or the freedom to retire early. It's built not on algorithmic ease, but on disciplined, informed human action. So, what's one simple action you can take in the next 24 to 48 hours? Resist the urge to click on the next effortless financial solution ad. Instead, spend 15 minutes reading an article or listening to a podcast episode about a fundamental personal finance concept, perhaps compound interest, asset allocation, or the power of a high savings rate. Don't aim to become an expert overnight. Aim to take one small step towards understanding the underlying principles, because true financial mastery isn't about finding the perfect algorithm. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge and making conscious, informed choices.